All right, let's talk about the 2026 tech market. I want you to think of it like a dense jungle. It's absolutely packed with hidden gems, but it's also got some pretty dangerous traps. So today, we're going to give you the map and the compass you need to find your way through. And this is really the big question, isn't it? Looking ahead to 2026, how are you going to spot that diamond in the rough? I mean, with all the noise and all the hype out there, finding something with real, lasting value feels harder than ever. But here's the good news. It's not impossible. Not if you know exactly what you're looking for.
Okay, so first things first, we've got to understand the terrain we're dealing with. This tech jungle of 2026, it's just this dense mix of genuine hope and, let's be honest, a ton of hype. And it's so easy to get lost in there.
You know how it is. We are just constantly bombarded with the next big thing, right? AI, Web3, quantum, the metaverse, the list just goes on. And all this creates this thick fog of buzzwords. It makes it nearly impossible to tell what's a real, genuine breakthrough and what's just, well, fool's gold. You know, an idea that looks shiny and promising on the surface but has absolutely no real substance underneath.
I love this because it just hits the nail on the head. That's our core challenge. The market is just full of these shiny objects, and they're all designed to distract us. Our goal today is to learn how to look right past them and find the stuff that has true foundational strength.
So the big question is, how do we actually do that? Well, it all comes down to learning how to find the signals in all that noise. It's about training ourselves to recognize the difference between that fleeting hype and real, tangible substance.
Okay, look at this. I mean, come on. You've seen stuff like this a million times, right? Hyper-converged AI synergy. It uses all the right trendy words, but what does it actually mean? This is the noise. It's language specifically designed to sound super innovative while saying, well, absolutely nothing at all.
All right, now let's compare that noise to this. A real signal. Product market fit. It's not flashy, is it? It's not sexy, but man, is it powerful. It's a super clear concept that describes something very real. Customers who are actually buying, using, and telling their friends about a product, so much so that it can sustain its own growth. That is substance.
And this really lays it all out, side by side. On one side, you've got your fool's gold, the hype indicators. It's all buzzword heavy, full of vague promises, and there's this relentless focus on fundraising. But then on the other side, you have the hidden gems, the substance indicators. These are the companies that solve a real problem, have a crystal clear value proposition, and maintain a laser focus on their customers. The difference is night and day.
Okay, so this is all great in theory, but to make it really practical, we need a tool, right? A framework we can use to actually tell if an opportunity is a hidden gem or just more fool's gold. And that's what we're calling the Value Hunter's Map.
It's a really simple three-point inspection. I want you to think of it like a jeweler using one of those little eyepiece things, a loop, to inspect a diamond. We're going to check for three specific things: problem-solving power, a scalable moat, and clear unit economics.
All right, first up, problem-solving power. This is so important. The question you need to ask isn't, hey, is this technology cool? The real question is, does this solve a real, painful, and urgent problem for a specific group of people? You see, the best tech isn't about the invention itself. It's all about the relief and the value it provides.
Second point on our checklist, does it have a scalable moat? And when I say moat, I'm talking about a defensible advantage, something that protects it from competitors, you know? This could be totally unique tech, a super strong brand, or maybe network effects where the product gets better as more people use it. A real gem has to be able to defend its territory while it grows.
And number 3, clear unit economics. Now, I know this one sounds kind of business school complex, but it's actually super simple. It just boils down to this. Can the company make more money from a customer than it costs to acquire that customer? That's it. Because listen, even the most mind-blowing technology in the world will crash and burn if the basic business model is broken.
Okay, theory is great and all, but let's actually put this map to work. What do you say? Let's run a quick case study comparing two types of companies I'm sure we've all seen before. We'll call them HypeCo and ValueCo. For HypeCo, picture one of those flashy metaverse platforms that promised to change the world but then just kind of fizzled out. And for ValueCo, think of something way less glamorous but hugely successful, like a software that automates some boring but absolutely critical business task. All right, let's pull out our scorecard and see how they stack up. First, problem-solving power. HypeCo, totally vague, tried to target everyone. But ValueCo, It solves a super specific, painful billing issue for mid-sized companies. Okay, next, the scalable moat. Hypeco just burned through cash on marketing to try and stay relevant. ValueCo, on the other hand, built its moat on proprietary data, which makes its customers stick around. And finally, unit economics. Hypeco's whole plan was just grow at all costs with no real path to profit in sight. But ValueCo? It was profitable on a customer's second purchase. See? When you actually use the framework, the real gem becomes so obvious.
You see, the goal here wasn't just to throw a bunch of information at you. It was to help you make a shift, to go from being a lost explorer in that tech jungle to becoming a skilled prospector. And trust me, your treasure is out there waiting.
So why does all this matter so much? Well, get this. An estimated 75% of the most valuable tech companies from the last decade, they weren't built on some flashy, passing trend. Nope, they were built by solving fundamental, often really unglamorous problems. The real value is so often hidden in plain sight.
So here's the main takeaway for you today. You are now equipped. You've got the map, you've got the compass, and you have that three-point inspection framework. The real key, the secret sauce, is having the discipline to actually use it, to look past all the noise and focus on that fundamental value.
We've given you the map. You now know how to tell a signal from the noise, how to spot a diamond instead of just a piece of glass. The map is officially in your hands, so the only question left is, what are you going to discover?